And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. We hope you're wearing the green today on this GA.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan. And it's KD in at the 4-man position. Now for the teams that are clearly rebuilding, should they simply play the young guns, Greg, no matter what, or should they make them earn their minutes?
Kev, I don't know that there's a right answer to that. I think it's really about the personnel and the personalities of the guys on that roster. And really, the front office should play a big role in that as well. But it's a hard call. You got to believe enough in those young guys to say, hey, that's our future. We're going in that direction. But you still got to also take care of your veteran guys who are kind of setting the table for your future.
Well, we continue to be, to me, in the golden age of point guards in the NBA. And Kyrie Irving is right there with the best of them in that discussion.
Now, here is Holiday. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against New York. Durant, and finished off by KD.
Well, you respect the jump shooting, so you close tight, and Kevin Durant gets off on the dribble drive.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber.
First free throw is good. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency. Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here's Middleton over Harris. Shoots. Milwaukee. No good that time either. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Nobody near Irving. That one wide left.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Shots good by Middleton.
And that was a big-time finish. Middleton with the strength now to get hit and still complete the play.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Durant down low. Giannis is there. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. It's good.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Now here's Jordan. 8 points his last outing. Durant wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Nets missing. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Harden right side. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got 4 rebounds in this game. The shot by Middleton, wide open. A miss that time, would have put him up.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The open shot, KD, and the shot is long. The Bucks trail. There's the triple. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Holiday. Some solid defense from Harris.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Irving from long range. That one's not going to go. Now the Bucks take it the other way. On the wing, Holiday. And that one, good. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Lopez against Jordan. Pass to Irving. From deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got 11 points.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Kick out to Giannis. On the wing, Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wide open look. No good from Durant.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. That one falls.
You know this. Kyrie Irving, when he has the hot hand, is lethal. On a night-by-night basis, he is an absolute matchup nightmare.
Here's Giannis. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Nets lead by 7. Live from... And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
They've got Griffin. Johnson is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Brown, and it's Claxton in at the 5. So that's the Nets' 5. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Yep, that one goes in there. Griffin's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn.
And that speed and athleticism of Griffin, a lethal combination when he's on the break.
Holiday, no one around him. Here's Portis, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Johnson surveying the floor. Brown inside, guarded by Holiday. That one, no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
So for the Nets, Green comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Luwawu subbed in for Tyler Johnson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. And Forbes kicks it to Tucker. Bucks passing it around. Here's Portis. Craig, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to... And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Nets leading by 5. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
It's stolen by Green. In the corner, Shamet with it. Outside, Green. Now, here's Shamet. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Just 4 to shoot. Taken away by Holiday. Here's Connaughton. The rebound by Luwawu. Here's Griffin. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And it's a 9-point Nets lead.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
Passes to Tucker. Here is Forbes. He had 10 points in the win against Washington. Holiday, the pass to Portis. Shakes him. The rebound by Jeff Green. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Holiday. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make. Brooklyn leading by 9. 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Poked away, taken away by Holiday. And Forbes kicks it to Tucker. Holiday, rebound, Brooklyn. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession.
Stolen by Holiday. 4-on-3 break. Tucker can't get it to go. That's tipped. Stolen by Holiday. And thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our half. And with Durant back in action, you know the Achilles will be on his mind and everything. And
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5 spot.
And with Kevin Durant recovering from the Achilles injury, glad we get to see one of the all-time greats.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. Triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Middleton dishes to Giannis. trying to get open is Lopez. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Harden the pass to Irving. Inside, here's Durant. Over onto Antetokounmpo. Kicks it out to Harden. Just 5 to shoot. Harris inside the line. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Pass to Lopez. Kicks it down to Middleton. And the pass to Holiday. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his 6th rebound on the night. Harden has a wide open look. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Holiday and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on James Harden.
Great speed and tricks on the drive. Holiday excels at putting defenses in those compromising positions.
Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
On the wing, Giannis. And he uses the glass on the layup. Giannis has got 6 here in this quarter.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Harden kicks to KD. The kick out to Irving. The 9-foot shot. Keeps it alive. And KD is right there. Durant's got 6.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Giannis throws it down hard.
And we talk about Antetokounmpo's all-around skills, and tonight it's been about the scoring. He's put this offense on his back.
Here's Irving. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's Holiday, and Jordan sends it back.
The DJ twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
For 3, Harris. Rebound, Milwaukee. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Here's Durant. And Jeff Green, the bucket on the assist from KD. Green's got the lead up to 11 now for Brooklyn.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
And as we end the third quarter, a double. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Green is out there with Griffin. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Brown. And it's Luwawu in at the 3. So that's the Nets 5. Stolen by Tucker. To the middle. Here's Middleton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And really, from second-round pick to All-Star, Middleton's story inspirational. Yet even now, it feels like some people continue to sleep on him.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And Kevin, they've been committing a lot of turnovers here. Taking care of the basketball is the #1 priority right now in that huddle. They've got to tighten it up.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. James Harden comes in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for Johnson. Harden, that's good.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Here's DiVincenzo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Harden outside to the inside. And it's Green missing. Bucks trail by 9. Portis kicks to Connaughton. Portis trying to free himself. Can't connect from short range. Here's Luwawu. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists in the game.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Green, the pass to Harden. Jordan dishes to Harden. No good on the 3. Irving kicks to Harden. Another shot. The rebound by the Bucks.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Shot's good by Middleton.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Irving with the ball. Three-pointer. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
DiVincenzo passes to Middleton. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Irving dishes to Jordan. Back to Irving. Again, Irving missing. Bucks trail by 10.
2 minutes.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Nice shot by Portis.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
DiVincenzo against Irving. Outside Jordan. Pass to Luwawu. Back to Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, DeAndre Jordan's a problem because if he gets that close, you know the defense has to commit to him.
Timeout called the Bucks. They're down by 8. There's 1:38 left in the fourth. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage.
He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Irving's checked in for the Nets.
Well, we see a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays, but you'll take that look right there any night of the week.
From the baseline. And that one's good, Irving. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the ability to score at all three levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Holiday against Irving, trying to get open as Lopez. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Nets leading by 8. The drive by KD. The kick out to Brown. Antetokounmpo against KD. Brown feeling it out a bit. Back to KD. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Over Giannis. Offensive rebound.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Holiday. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Irving. And he makes the first.
What you love about Kevin Durant is he's an MVP level candidate every year, and yet there's a hunger and a thirst to get better at basketball. This is so fun to watch.
Outside Holiday. Passes it to Lopez. Back to Holiday. And Jordan sends it back. Brown kicks to Jordan. He dishes it to Irving. And the rebound goes to Lopez. And here is DiVincenzo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The throw drops for DiVincenzo. He's perfect from the line this time. 5 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
lot of your spare time on the sticks?
Yeah, everybody took their game system. Especially at first, we had so much free time. As you can imagine, doing the same thing every day for 82 days, I counted. So yeah, there was a lot of video games being played.
The Bucks are always hyped to play in front of their home crowd. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for Paul George.
And when you see the tumble his steal totals have taken the last few years, you can see that he's gotten away from playing the kind of gritty, hard-nosed D he was known for. That's an aspect of his game he needs to get back.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum, and it's Zubac in at the center. And for the Bucks, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the small forward. Now here is Holiday. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Over Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
I mean, he is explosive with his leaping ability. Paul George is well-versed in finishing above the rim.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants. The underrated vision of Holiday, I like it when he's distributing, and I think his coach does as well.
Back to George. And he lays it straight in. George has got 6.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Holiday looking for an opening. Here's Lopez. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
Now here's Jackson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Mavericks in Dallas. George passes to Zubac, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Morris is checked in for Nicholas Batum. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
The shot by Middleton, wide open, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Yeah, and how about the stick-to-itiveness on that possession? Stayed with it, didn't give up until the ball was in the basket.
George against DiVincenzo. 2 free throws come. And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Here's George. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. And George kicks to Leonard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
This is what Leonard gives you. Reliable, productive, churns out positive plays.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, for three, Middleton. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. And here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. Well, with this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Second, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
For three, Middleton. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. And the Bucks making a change here. Portis is checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Portis, the pass to Forbes. Clock at 6. And Portis throws it down.
Cutting his teeth in the Spurs system, Forbes has improved at keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
Here's Williams. And finished off by Williams.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee.
Now the pass to Connaughton. The tray. He can't hit that time. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in. Right side, Williams.
Nice timing on the pick and roll. Williams, a solid playmaker when asked to fill that role.
Here is Forbes. He had 10 points in the win against Washington. Over to the wing. A shake. A nice shot by Tucker.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Got it off in time. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by... Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
We've got Holiday. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Now here's Williams. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Mavericks in Dallas. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Connaughton. And Steve, as we get into the middle of the season, do you feel we have a good idea of who the contenders are at this point?
The major forces, Kevin, you know for sure where they are. There are always some teams you can't tell if they're legit or not just yet.
Lopez, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Clippers trail by 4. Williams looking around. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Sweet Lou at his finest, attacking, drawing contact, and finishing what he started.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night here. The throw good, Lou Williams. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Outside Holiday. Lobbed up there for Lopez. Batum with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Oturu, the pass to Williams. It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Forced them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Kevin Gelly's checked in. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Milwaukee. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Saturday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And for that game against Indiana, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Williams with the ball, picked up by Portis. Second chance shot. Kennard the pass to Williams. And the Clippers miss again.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
To the paint. Got a hand on it. Here's Portis. Feeds it to Lopez. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Great look by Portis. For a young player, he really understands what they're trying to do.
Williams passes to Kabengele. Outside for Batum. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 6 now for Milwaukee.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Williams with the shot. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Williams passes to Oturu. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Now DiVincenzo. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
This is what they want to see. Portis finishing strong inside, making his presence felt.
Williams attacking. Here's Oturu. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That's on Brook Lopez.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Lopez. Antetokounmpo comes in for Bobby Portis. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut back down again to 6 with the basket from Jackson.
The developing field, Reggie Jackson has the scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Paul George with the steal. Jackson down low. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the middle. Here's DiVincenzo. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The shot by George, no good. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 17-7 run. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Antetokounmpo dishes to Middleton. Here is Forbes. He's covered by Leonard. Shot clock at 5. It's tipped. Stolen by Zubac. Outside Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Aggressive on the drive. That's going to result in some free throws for Jackson.
This is his first trip to the line tonight. That one is no good. Got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Milwaukee heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much stick. And that.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 7. Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the power forwards position. Here's Holiday after the Clippers pick up 2. Middleton can't get it to go.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Middleton on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Holiday. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Holiday's got the lead up to 8 now for Milwaukee.
This is where Holiday's really improved, working off ball and sinking jump shots.
The shot by George, no good. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Now here's Jackson, Zubac, and it's sent back by Lopez.
It's a bonus whenever Lopez comes up with the swat. Want to see more of this from the big fella.
Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played is so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys, they're truly great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
And here we go. Here's Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Giannis against George. And that one is good. George has got 8.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Right wing. Here's Connaughton. A three-pointer off the mark. Clippers trail by 13. Leonard the pass to George. Basket counts. He's got 10.
Great hustle by Paul, using his speed in the open court, and then, of course, he's an excellent finisher.
And, guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Holiday finds Tucker. Leonard with the steal. In the corner, George with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Power move from PG-13. He's added a lot of muscle to his frame over the years, putting it to good use right there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Coffey's checked in.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Holiday, the pass to Middleton. And Tucker has it in the corner. Pass to Forbes. 6 on the shot clock. That one drops for him. Holiday's got 7 points.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by Los Angeles.
Here's Mann. The rebound by Middleton.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Portis throws it down.
Creating for others, you just love the instincts Forbes has for the game, especially on the offensive end.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Morris, left side. Shoots over Tucker. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Bucks leading by 9. And Forbes kicks to Holiday. And it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Middleton for 3. He can't get that one to fall. And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
George way outside. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Milwaukee in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Let's listen in on what Mike Budenholzer had to say to his team in the huddle.
Relax. We're good.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. 9-point game. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Donte DiVincenzo. And it's Portis in at the center position.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Passes it to Middleton. Takes the 3. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him. Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Now, here's Tucker, covered by Morris. The pass to Holiday. Middleton for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Bucks lead by 8.
And you like to see since the half now. He's finally starting to come around.
Outside, Batum. And George, here we go. Great positioning on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Bucks leading by 6. Holiday with it. Pass to DiVincenzo. And the 3 off target. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. On the wing, DiVincenzo. The three-pointer, no good. Clippers trail by 4. And it's George finishing it off.
It's one of those nights where George's number has been called time after time.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Inside, stolen by Zubac. Lopez with the steal. Tucker finds Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez.
And it's easy to see why Lopez is out here in these moments. Never afraid to take a big shot.
Now, here's George. On the wing, Batum. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're up by 2. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take...
The coach's challenge has been issued. A team like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Antetokounmpo against Leonard. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Lopez right side. Here's Forbes. And the Bucks miss again.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Kennard, the pass to Oturu. Here's Leonard. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
He sinks the clutch free throw. George is checked in for the Clippers. And so both free throws are good. And it's a two-point ball game.
And that's how you do it. Free throws can make a huge difference in a tight game.
54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Count it! A huge shot to tie it up.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Back to Antetokounmpo. To the inside.
Antetokounmpo has evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Money!
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Here is Forbes. It's good!
You have to like that move by Forbes. The dribble drive adding dimension to his game.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the officials are calling a technical foul here. You don't see this too often, but they tried to call for a timeout when they had none left.
And guys, you know that during the last timeout, the guys are all reminding each other, hey, we don't have any left. What a huge error.
Certainly, Greg, not one we see very often, but it does happen. His mind was diverted. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. peek behind the curtain here. Final preparation.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
So the Nets starting five. They've got Joe Harris, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's KD in a power forward. And for the Clippers, they've got Ivica Zubac. Batuma's out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Greg, a game like this, two offensive juggernauts going head-to-head. I mean, we're buckled in, ready to go.
I mean, listen, the rules favor offense in today's game. That's why league-wide scoring is on the rise. And I would expect we're going to see a bucket or two put forth tonight, Kevin.
No doubt.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now, here is Harden. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against New York.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throws.
George against Irving. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic and gets through contact on that play.
Now, here is Harden. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. And it's Jordan, that time on the assist from Harden.
Not allowing the defense to cover him or alter his shot there was DeAndre Jordan getting to the rim.
Here's Jackson. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Mavericks in Dallas. One-on-one fast break. Durant in the corner. For three, Harris. Offensive rebound. And KD is right there.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Harris against Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
It looks like an orange in his hand, and Kawhi tenacious to the rim with that finish.
Harden dishes to Jordan. Stolen by Jackson. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. The rebound by Harden.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Again, the Nets for two.
Yeah, Kevin knows when he can score, so he waits and makes sure that somebody else doesn't have a better shot before he does that. Good play there.
George looking around. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Just 1 year in college for Paul George, and then made the transition to the NBA, and all the talk was about what it is we're seeing now. A very capable two-way player and all-star caliber talent.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Now here's Green. What a tremendous game he played against New York. Back to Griffin. 6 to shoot. Here's Luwawu. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
The three from George. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Nets. Holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far.
And seeing where the Nets are, they had plenty of doubters before the season started, but I can't imagine there's anybody out there that's taking them lightly anymore.
Well, how could you? They're a team that's actually feared at this point, and that is legit. They go into every single game, no matter who's the opponent, and they expect to win.
And so here are the Clippers. After the basket by Brooklyn, here's George. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it, and just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
Now, here's Shamet. Defense is right there. He feeds it to Griffin. Back to Shamet. This one for 3. That one's not going to go. And the Clippers will come the other way. The kick out to Williams. Outside, George. On the wing, Williams. And there's the pass to Mann. The 3 from George. George missing again. Shamet with it. Morris is there. Here's George. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Nets leading by just 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal, of course.
Giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Brown out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Griffin, and it's Green, and it's Luwawu in at the 3. Williams inside. Out to Morris. Pass to Patterson. Morris against Green. Morris passes to Patterson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Green against Morris. Green dishes to Griffin. Good work defensively by Morris. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Mann gets the bucket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Brown against Kennard. Brown drives in. Outside for Griffin. Pass to Shamet. Feeds to Brown. Outside Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
Hard not to like Blake Griffin when he's doing things like that, looking to throw it down every time around the rim.
Williams looking around. Here's Patterson, and it's Patterson finishing it off.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Back to Shamet. Pass to Griffin. No good there. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Mann. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Kennard Bernard against Brown. The drive by Green. There's the pass to Luwawu. Banked in off the glass. Luwawu's got his first points in this one. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's Griffin. And then Griffin with the dunk.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Williams scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Down low. Griffin kicks to Shamet. Back to Griffin. Crafty move. And the layup is good. Griffin's got 8.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Williams passes to Morris. Back to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. Morris outside. Gets a hand on it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. He's got 8.
Offensively, it's been a perfect quarter for him. He hasn't missed a single shot.
Now here's Brown. A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. And the last shot of the... Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. And you think about how Kawhi... And that should...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Paul George really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Reggie Jackson. He's out there with Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. It's Kevin Gelly in at the power forward position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. It's tipped, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Here is Harden. Outside, KD. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Harris from the arc.
And a good example of why Leonard perpetually makes the all-defensive team. You are caught on the Kawhi Islands.
Changing ends quickly, he's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Harden outside, and the jam by Harden.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Clippers leading by 4. Outside Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Irving against George. The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 6.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
Jackson with the bounce pass. Here's George. over Irving. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Irving with a clean look. And he's good on the 3 ball. He's got 9.
Trying to find that consistency from distance that's stretching out the defense, and that's why Kyrie always has an available driving lane.
Jackson against Harden. Leonard attacking. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harden scanning the floor. Takes it from 10. Jordan. It's good on the putback.
Well, DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
Jackson finds Leonard. There's 1:54 left in the third. Here's George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on a rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
Irving against George. Back to Irving. Lots of room. They get it again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Well, Jordan just wreaking havoc on the rim now.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Here's George. And Jordan sends it back. Harden right side. Here's Harris. Outside for KD. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 10 points. Nets trail by 5. Irving for 3. No good that time. Excellent D there from George. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Then for the Nets, Griffin's checked in for Durant. And it's Brown in for James Harden. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. A nice shot by Griffin. He's got 10.
You have to do better than that. Griffin is a pro at muscling in those difficult shots.
Jackson passes to Leonard. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Leonard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Clippers lead by 3. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Clippers leading by 3, setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Griffin, Brown out there with Tyler Johnson, and it's Claxton in at the center position. Morris into the lane. Bucket is good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Claxton. To the inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The first free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Clippers shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Out to the right wing. A 3 from Morris. Griffin grabs the board. Nets trail by 3. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Griffin. Out left to the wing. Here's Luwawu, covered by Morris. Luwawu's shot is off. Clippers leading by 3. Puts up a 3, and Marcus Morris with the 3.
And the one thing about Morris, it doesn't scare you from beyond the arc, but you still have to account for him.
Johnson down low. He started by Williams. Good on the shot.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And here's Kennard. Over in the corner, Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the Sixth Men of the Year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Patterson. Leonard comes in for Morris, and Georgia subbed in for Luke Kennard. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Kyrie Irving. Harden against Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Williams has got 4 points this quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
The shot's good.
I mean, how many spots on the floor is Harden not effective from? I'll tell you, not many.
Outside Williams. And Leonard has it in the corner. Clock at 6. That shot off. Great D that time from Green. Here's KD. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Now just a 1-point Clipper lead.
Happy to put the team on his back, especially in the biggest of moments. Durant nails a huge shot.
And he gets the whistle. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's called about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
KD against Batum. And then Durant with the jam.
KD sets up those crossovers as a big 7-footer. He handles the ball so well, and that's a great decision out of a pick-and-roll set.
Leonard against KD. Misses. 4th time against 7 makes for this game. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Williams dishes to Leonard. Over Green. Great D that time from Green.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Now it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
Oh, DeAndre Jordan sinks that shot. Not the first option, but doing the job.
And KD's got the ball here for Brooklyn. 23 seconds left to play in the final quarter. This is to Jordan. KD against George. Jordan trying to free himself up. Got it.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
From deep three-point range, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Well, with range extending out well beyond the arc, Durant has zero trouble knocking that one down.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it. That's a look at our setting tonight. And
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Harden out there with Irving. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at center. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5, down low. Fast break, Milwaukee. Giannis with the ball. Yep, it counts.
Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that and come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set. But I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
The Bucks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Holiday looking over the floor. Stolen by Harden. Harris with it. Now guarded by Middleton. And KD throws it down.
You know, with Harris, if you're open, he's going to make sure he finds you.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Brooklyn with the ball. Following the bucket by the Bucks. Outside for Durant. And a miss there on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And the dunk by Giannis.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo has some major hops. At almost 7 feet tall, he makes it look effortless.
The 3. Irving can't hit.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Near the three-point line, it's DiVincenzo. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Durant kicks to Irving. And the Nets miss again.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Forbes. They grab their own miss.
P.J. Tucker always active on the boards and doesn't give the defense a chance to box him out.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Harden, that's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here is Holiday. Portis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Holiday against Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
It's Portis, high post. Pass to Connaughton. That three off the mark. And so Green will bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 3. And it's Brown missing.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Bucks leading by 3. Tucker can't get it to go. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Brown the pass to Harden. Oh, that was terrific.
My goodness. And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
With 4 seconds on the clock, shooting foul. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Bucks ahead, leading by a point. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And recently on the...
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of length, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with Griffin. Then there's Brown. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Luwawu in at the 3.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Here's Tucker. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Here's Green. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Great D that time from Middleton. Connaughton passes to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Back to Giannis. A rebound by the Nets. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And, you know, confidence is key there. They seem to play with a ton of it, especially on the offensive end.
Here's DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Harris. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against the New York Knicks.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Lopez with the block.
Great timing on Lopez's part there to swat down that attempt.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here is Forbes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Lopez with the steal. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Drew Holiday, he's checked in for the Bucks. And a change for the Nets. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It just mind-blowing.
Here's Harden. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, that barrel-chestedness of Harden, so much strength and body control. It's hard to stop him from scoring.
Here's Giannis. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Left side Durant. Jordan high post. 4 on the clock. And here's Harden for 3. The offensive rebound.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
34 seconds left in the first half of the game. The kick out to Antetokounmpo.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
That ties the game. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Holiday against Harden. Holiday dishes to Middleton. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And Jordan gets it to go.
Wow, wow, wow. DeAndre Jordan showing us the catch and shoot. Well done.
Tie game in Milwaukee. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. A competitive matchup for Milwaukee in the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out. That's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3 slot.
an intense competitor. It's clear that Holiday enjoys going hard at the defense and finishing on them.
It's Harden with the drive. He kicks it to Jordan. Back to Harden. All sorts of time. And too long on the shot.
Boy, defense non-existent there. But they catch a break as he whiffs it.
And Giannis throws it down.
Really, you know what? Trying to keep Antetokounmpo off the glass, that's a tough assignment because he's long and he can leap.
Here's Harden. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Giannis outside. A rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Irving, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
His aggression and his attack mode is one of the things that, to me, sets Irving apart. Moving, driving, attacking, that's when he's at his best.
Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Irving against Holiday. He dishes it to Middleton. Now the feed to Antetokounmpo. Portis trying to free himself. And Giannis with the basket on the assist by Middleton. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. From deep. He's off on that one. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. DiVincenzo passes to Antetokounmpo, and we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Pat Connaughton in for Chris Middleton. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. Landry Shamit's checked in for Harris. And it's Johnson in for Kyrie Irving. Portis. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Buries it from 3-point range. DiVincenzo's got 5.
You got to have a good basketball IQ to be effective. I love the decision to kick it out.
And the 22nd pick in 2015, Bobby Portis with a nice shooting touch.
And at the same time, not afraid to mix it up, maybe to a fault. At times we seem to get caught in the heat of the moment. You got to channel that competitive edge and stay strong mentally.
Bucks leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Holiday, and it's blocked by Brown. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin leading the charge. Bucks have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. But that's just pure effort and hustle.
Brown down low, defended by DiVincenzo. Right side, Griffin, 5 on the clock. Over Holiday, looking to end the run. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Boy, Tucker ever unselfish in how he goes about his game. Nice job finding his teammate there.
Nets trail by 8.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
And here's Griffin, still looking for his first bucket in this one. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. There's Shamet. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Setting the floor for the Nets. Green is out there with Luwawu. Then there's Griffin. Then it's Harden. And it's Shamet in at the 2-guard. Count that one.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Luwawu, the pass to Griffin. Lets it go. Kicks it out to Harden. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the line. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 5 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game. And that's helped them stake this lead.
From the line. Harden's shot is off. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Giannis, he's checked in for the Bucks. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Luwawu Cabarro, and Irving subbed in for Landry Shamet. It's Harden with the drive. The kick out to Irving. Bullseye.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
And so Holiday will bring it up for Milwaukee. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Stolen by Harden. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. Durant in the corner. Offensive rebound.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Bucks leading by 6. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Outside Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kevin Durant.
And quite honestly, guys, Antetokounmpo, get that name right, folks. He's one of the most unique, talented players in the league. I mean, long arms, which really create a lot of problems for the defenders, whether he's passing or shooting.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Out to Harris. No one near him. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Holiday, and he banks in the layup.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Harden the pass to Durant. On the wing, Harris. On the wing, Irving. Goes up at the stripe, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Irving's got 12 points in just the second half. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. Holiday against Harden. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Count that one. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Lopez not to be denied. Nice strong finish there.
Irving surveying the floor. Drills it from outside. Irving's got 19 points.
Kyrie, not a bad answer. He'll give you the needed hoop when you need it most.
Holiday against Harden. Holiday the pass to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. Giannis inside. KD's on him. And that one, good.
Man, he's got it going now. When he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
Irving against DiVincenzo. On the wing, Harden. Outside Irving. It drops. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Comfortable in the clutch. That's who Kyrie Irving is, unfazed by the game's biggest moments.
Harden against Holiday. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. And the basket is good.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And a deep three from Irving. Rebound, Milwaukee. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That'll be his second foul of the game. Left side, Antetokounmpo. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. No good with the triple. So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it. The busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawl.
Hey, Kevin.
Terrific. David, thanks. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3 spot. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Jackson. And it's George in at shooting guard. Here now, the Clippers. Jackson with it. Indoors tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
It's deflected. And here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
No good on the three. Ball's knocked loose. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. George with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Releases. The shot by George, no good. Leonard the pass to George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
Holiday finds Middleton. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Middleton's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Bucks. Here's Jackson. Makes it off the glass.
There it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against Washington.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, they knew exactly how to approach that defense. They shot a fantastic percentage because they got quality looks.
Here's Jackson. After Drew Holiday's score, misses the layup.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. And it's George missing.
You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Holiday, no one around him. And the 3 off target.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
That gives them the lead.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the NBA level.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lost the last time they faced the Bucks. That one in Milwaukee.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Silky, smooth jumper from Paul George, and he just lets it fly whenever he gets free from that spot.
And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Inside, here's Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
This is how athletic Paul George is, an absolute monster around the rim.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Holiday dishes to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. Back to Lopez. And the rejection by Zubac. Lopez finds Giannis. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Listen, guys, Brook Lopez has a big body, and if you don't box him out, he's going to get some work done on the glass.
Here's George. 8 points for him. From deep three-point range, the rebound by Holiday.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. With the second effort, Lopez kicks to Antetokounmpo. Batum with the ball. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. George. And the shot is good.
This is a case where it's just the pure strength of Paul George, able to fight through contact so well on these shots.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Drew Holiday. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. It's stolen by Morris. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. On the wing, George. Lets the 3 fly. No good that time. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We come back right after this. And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second, we've got Bobby Portis. Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Forbes in at the 1. 6 on the shot clock. The shot by Williams, no good.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
Now Tucker. Here's Connaughton. Drops in the tray.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Morris outside. From deep. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Morris has got the lead back up to 5 now for Los Angeles. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Williams with the steal. Pass to Leonard. Jacks up a 3. The shot, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Clippers leading by 5. The 3. Leaps for it. Rebounded by Tucker. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Middleton. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Now here's Williams. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. A 3 from Morris. That shot misses. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Middleton the pass to Tucker. Here's Portis. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Leonard. Kennard trying to break loose. And that one's good. Leonard. And now a 9-point Clipper lead for Milwaukee. They've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. It's Portis, high post. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Right side, Batum. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the whistle blows. It'll be on Pat Connaughton. That's his first foul. Brook Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. DiVincenzo against Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Leonard inside. Lopez covering. Kennard against Holiday. Kennard kicks to Leonard. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Poked loose. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Here's Connaughton. Off the left rim and out. Leonard with the ball. And Holiday picks him up defensively. That's a 2 from Kennard. But they recover it. And here's Leonard from 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Patterson, that's good.
Well, I think this is where they'd like to see Patrick Patterson be effective, get his points in tight, make nice, efficient moves to the rim.
Holiday attacking, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard. For Milwaukee, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, how about that killer instinct? Paul George understanding he's got it going right now, very confident in his abilities.
Look from Holiday. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so that brings the first half to a close. Clippers lead by...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. Checking out the Clippers. And that'll...
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. And it's Oturu in at the 5 down low. Bucks trail by 9. Here's DiVincenzo. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. DiVincenzo's got his first basket.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Here's Lopez, and the dunk by Lopez.
If you give Lopez a 7-footer this much room, it's over.
Passes it to Oturu. And here's George. And he elevates with a slam dunk, and Brook Lopez did not like that.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Lopez inside. No good with the layup. Los Angeles leading by 9. In the corner, George with it. For the 3. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
On the wing, Holiday. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Holiday's got 6.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Now, here is George. 20 points for him. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Bucks trail by 10. And Giannis throws it down.
It's just hard to match up with Antetokounmpo's speed, especially in the open floor.
Jackson with it. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
A three for DiVincenzo. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists tonight. George looking around. Pass to Oturu. Outside Jackson. Over Holiday. Pocket 6. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Outside Holiday. Banked in off the glass. Holiday's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
1:05 left in the 3rd quarter. Nobody near George. No good on the triple. Bucks trail by 5. The drive by Giannis. Outside Holiday. That 3 off the mark. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Bryn Forbes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And here's Holiday. 8 points for him. Outside Portis. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Clippers leading by 5.
I always like to hold for the last shot right here.
Well, that's great execution if you can do that, because it takes any chance at momentum away from your opponent.
Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has 0 fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Bucks trail by 6. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the 4th quarter. P.J. Tucker is out there with Bobby Portis. Then it's Holiday, and it's Connaughton in at the small forward position.
A deceptive guard. Holiday draws fouls by keeping his defenders always on their heels over the course of the game.
And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Los Angeles leading by 5. Here's Mann. And the pass to Williams. Leonard on the wing. Guarded by Tucker. Leonard with the bucket.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Connaughton. Back to Holiday. From the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound in this one. And Leonard has it in the corner. He kicks to Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And now a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
Well, just so good at taking advantage of the mid-range. Marcus Morris feels comfortable in that area.
Holiday left side. Rebound by the Clippers.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
To the paint. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That's foul number 2 for him. A different look for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Donte DiVincenzo in for Bryn Forbes. Morris finds Williams. Middleton against Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
I like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys. There are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Here's Lopez. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Giannis has got 4 assists in the game.
Brook Lopez never stops working, especially inside where he has been a force.
Leonard against Middleton. And Leonard gets it to go.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Giannis. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. Outside, George from deep. It's hauled in by Giannis. Giannis has got rebound number 8 now on the night. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Clippers leading by 11. On the wing, George. The 3-ball. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Holiday finds Middleton. And again, the Bucks miss. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Los Angeles.
Their superior ball handling won it for them.
And fewer turnovers equals greater scoring opportunities. Any coach will tell you that. If you take care of the ball every possession, and this is a perfect example of what happens when you do.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And so they're able to even up the season series at a game apiece with 1 left to play, exacting a little revenge and really saving face. They did not want to go down 2-0.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Paul George.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Good, and the assist goes to Middleton.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. So it's the Bucks now. 8-point game. He's covered by Leonard. Passes it to Caruch. Takes a 3. nails the triple. So the Clippers with the win. Probably. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do.
The $250,000 My Team Unlimited tournament officially has a new champion.
The finals this past weekend was a clash of titans, with Ty Debo, aka Two-Way Rocco, on one side.
We better show the community that defense matters.
And Splash, playing his new...
But traffic in New York City. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for DeAndre Jordan.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Paul George. Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the 1. And for Brooklyn, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harris in at the 3 slot. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Batum.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Jackson against Harden. Jordan. It's hauled in by Zubac. Now, here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. And now the fast break, Irving with the ball. Puts one up from 19. Kept alive.
And the lid comes off the basket. After 4 straight misses, they finally get one.
Outside, George. Chalk up 2 there. And now that we have some time away from it, Steve, how strange and wild were the NBA playoffs in the bubble?
You know, Kevin, having players see each other in hallways while going to battle later that night was definitely different. Spending that much time together. We'll eventually look back and view it as one of the most interesting times in the NBA history. You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards, paying dividends.
George finds Jackson. Now Zubac. The putback. No dice on the putback jam. A nice shot by Irving.
Knows where everybody is. If there's an open man, Durant's going to find him.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Now, here is George. Right now, he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Back to Batum. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jordan with it. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
I mean, running the court with the speed of a guard. Hard to keep up with Durant once he gets out in the open floor.
Jackson looking around. Zubac the pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
And with those long strides, it takes Paul George no time to get to the rim.
Durant kicks to Irving. Outside Jordan. The pass to Harris. Launches a 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Clippers trail by 3. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. Griffin's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And then for Los Angeles, Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Now here is George. He has 6. And it's Durant with the rebound. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Difficult guarding Kyrie. He's comfortable from any range and willing to take what the defense gives him.
Outside Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
High percentage look for him. But bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Now here is George. Harden missing his last shot.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And KD throws it down.
And you see the improved strength of Kevin Durant, able to convert through contact now.
So for the Nets, Jeff Green, he's checked in for Harris. Bruce Brown comes in for Irving. And Landry Shamet subbed in for James Harden. Clippers trail by 8. Williams looking around. Patterson finds Kennard. Shot to stop the run. The shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Tremendous poise on the offensive end. Overall, they did not settle for bad shots.
They were very patient, and that was the difference. It's hard to be patient, I know, but look at the outcome they had.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Here's Williams. Comes up empty down low. On the wing, Brown. Fires the 3. And so it's Brooklyn going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they... And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
Luwawu is out there with Green. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Brown in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Here's Mann. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. The rebound by Jeff Green. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. From past the arc. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
It was a terrific performance we got a chance to watch. They got into a nice rhythm and made smart adjustments along the way.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
You see Griffin keeping his eyes up, looking for a hole in that defense.
Here's Williams. And it's Shamet with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
The Nets making a switch here. Claxton's checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Zubac is checked in for Patterson. Fires from 14. And it's Shamet missing. Clippers trail by 15.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
And stolen by Williams. Here's Mann. He's covered by Brown. The layup off target.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Shamet with it. He's against Williams. Claxton, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Claxton's got his first 2 points.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Williams. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
And Zubats picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. From deep, Harden. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And turnovers were the story for them when they saw each other last. I mean, just a heartbreaking way to lose the game.
Here's Irving. Paul George making his last shot. Right side, Irving. Out to Harris. Launches it. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
1:14 left here in the second. Harden against Jackson. Durant down low. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Here's KD. Paul George making his last shot. Here's Leonard over Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Good job inviting contact. The closer Leonard gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
And the Clippers making a change here. Patterson's checked in.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Harden, that's good.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
And George kicks to Leonard. The dish to Patterson. Back to Leonard. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it. The fast break chance. And yes, it's good. And it's a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
Sometimes I think Kyrie likes to get contact, probably because he can still finish through it.
George looking over the floor. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 9 points, 2 assists. And that...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. Count it, good. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly, born and raised.
Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
The anticipation of Kyrie steals it away, kicks off the fast break.
Jackson passes to Patterson. With the putback. Jordan with the rebound.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And here's KD for three. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Brooklyn with the ball. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Durant. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Joe Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Zubats is checked in. Here is Harden. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line. Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts. I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Brown wide open. He fired. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Leonard attacking. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
All you see is a lot of frustration. Someone needs to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Jeff Green, he's checked in for Griffin. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot.
And powering it home. He ends a 12-0 run by the Nets.
Brooklyn leading by 19 points. Got a piece of it. Now, here's Shamet. He's covered by Leonard. Brown kicks to Shamet. 6 to shoot. From deep, Harden. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
The aggressive approach. Leonard pushing the action, rewarded with the foul call.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Nicholas Claxton comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Johnson in for James Harden. Johnson attacking. Count the basket. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
Shamet on the wing. Pass to Claxton. Over Morris, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Nets shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Clippers trail by 19. And George, here we go. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
And it's Williams finishing it off.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Now here's Johnson. From 13, Claxton. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Claxton's got 6.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Strong take by Paul. He plays with great decisiveness.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubats is checked in.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's George. It's hauled in by Brown.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
George with the bucket. George has got 6 in the quarter.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Harris. Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Durant. And it's Green in at the pivot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Irving. That one wide left.
The defense with a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And it's George missing. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And that one's good, George.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Irving kicks to Green and stolen by Patterson. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Los Angeles, Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Patterson. And it's Jackson in for Lou Williams.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And Harris wide open. He shoots off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Clippers trail by 15. Morris finds Batum. Fires the 3. Morris, no good.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Beautiful location on the pass as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the 3-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that 3-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Jackson against Johnson. Back to Harris. Pass to Green. Lets it go with the three. It doesn't go for him. The Clippers go the other way with it. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Green, and Irving subbed in for Johnson. Here's George. That one goes in. 25 points for Paul George.
It's one of those nights where George's number has been called time after time.
Irving for three. The rebound by Paul George.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly.
Oh! So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Irving against Jackson. Nobody near Irving. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And the Nets lead by 16.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They've came in focused and they've executed. Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Been a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs. That always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to be any cash prizes for the broadcasters. Because now I think they're on to something. We could get that. And, you know, but in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And it seems to work well. And I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer. Jordan kicks to Harris. The deep three from Durant. It's held in by Zubac. LA's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Brooklyn.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kevin Durant.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Johnson can't hit. Here's Kabengele. Count it.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
Really knocked that one down with ease from that distance.
Yeah.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. For our